Hello everyone, good morning. It's morning here in Warsaw on 20th of August and I came here just yesterday. I simply slept. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't explore anything, but at least I got some rest. And now I'm gonna go out in 5 minutes, I think, to the airport. So yesterday and the day before yesterday was those were quite hectic days because I kind of forgot some documents at home. Luckily, those documents weren't the most important ones that I will not need in the near future. And yesterday I could forget my phone, but luckily I didn't. So quite hectic days, and the most interesting thing, like this never happens to me. I'm always really extremely organized. I have everything with me. I look after my things, but this time something happened. Maybe it's just because of stress. But anyways, yeah, let's start the journey. So after checking in, I think I just fell asleep because I'm extremely exhausted, and now we're gonna eat a little bit. But yeah, I got ready and finally feel like a normal person again. Usually I like to curl my hair a little bit before going out somewhere, but since I don't have a hair curler with me right now, I'll try to embrace my straight hair beauty. Okay, so then let's go find some food, explore Itaewon a little bit, and probably buy some necessities. The first thing that I noticed about Korea and the first thing that I thought about when we just stepped out of the airport was heat. It's extremely hot here. It's extremely humid, and for me, who's coming from a country which has more like dry climate, it's extremely difficult. Like first 10 minutes I had to take some time to adjust, but after that it was a bit easier. Even so, the humidity just makes, I don't know, breathing difficult. A lot of areas, a lot of, I don't know, districts, let's say, in Seoul, they are on hills and you constantly need to walk up, walk down, and in this weather, with this humidity, by the way, in the evening it got a bit better, but still, with this weather, with this humidity, it's not the best exercise. Oh, anyways, that's what you need to do to get somewhere here. Standing here but near the Ponpo bridge, I must say that at first, when we got out of the airport and we went to the city center by a bus, I felt like my expectations of Seoul and Korea were a bit different from what I saw, in more like negative way. But now, after spending like a whole day here, after like looking at everything, especially at night, like at night it has totally different look. Yeah, I can say that I really like the city, and I'm so excited to spend a few years of my life here to explore. Can't wait. And like all this beauty around, it also gives me some additional motivation to learn the language, to get to know more about people, about how life is here. So yeah, let's see how everything will turn out. Morning. It's second day in Korea, and the first mission for today is to find food. Somehow it's difficult to do. I guess most of places they open later, not before 11. So, I think that in past 24 hours I got to know so much about Korea, and it's not about maybe only cultural things but also about everyday stuff, like where to buy things, what shops are popular. Yeah, I guess it was really useful for my future life here, and I made some comparisons with Ukrainian stores and Korean stores, so now I can actually know where to go to buy something specific. And as well, I think that today was some kind of food tour, something that I've been wanting to try for quite a long time was samgyeopsal. I tried it today, and I want to try as much Korean food as possible to just know what I like. And if I go out to eat like something traditional in Korea, I'll go for something safe, for something that I really want to eat. So I'm still on this food hunt to see what I really like and make some kind of a list of my favorite. One thing that I still can't get used to is just the temperature difference. So first of all, outside it's extremely hot, it's kind of humid, and it's really difficult to breathe, but now I think I got more used to that, and I can actually go out and think like, oh, that's not that much hot, that's like bearable. But as for buildings, like if you're inside of some buildings like department store or maybe shops, it's so cold there. If you stay for more than, I don't know, 10-15 minutes inside, because the ACs, they work intensively, and when you go outside again you can actually feel the temperature differences. That's why sometimes I think that my head starts to hurt, but yeah, I'll try to get used to that too. Even so, I'm in Korea only like for 2 days, I'd say just one full day, but it already feels like I've been living here my whole life or at least like for a long time. So maybe it's a match.
그 세 글자 네 눈에 떠올라.
This is so hot here, but you can't actually see it through the video, so just enjoy the view.
잠깐만 아니야 떠오른 그 말. 오늘은 그 말을 하기 싫어.
Cultural shock number 500. I don't know how people are supposed to like go down here. A bit shocking to me. So I always choose stairs over this. Like to me it just looks kind of dangerous.
이젠 더는 숨지 않아 너와 나는 느껴 나와 너 말이야 속삭이는 내 손악마 비밀의 악마 더는 듣지 않아 헤어지려 그만 좀 놔둬 나 그만하려는 거랬잖아 진실한 사랑 누가 알겠어 그 사랑을 우리 보여주자 단 하나 너야 단지 너뿐이야 날 포기 못해 여기 진심뿐인 내 세상을 나 포기 못해 I want you 내 나를 데려가 I want you 난 필요 없어 I want you 난 진심뿐이야 I want you 그냥 you 행운이란 없던 내삶그 속에 너란 빛이 비쳐 끝났지 우린 웃음 속에 눈물을 맞춰 새로 태어난 이 순간을 느껴 단 하나 너야 단지 너뿐이야 난 포기 못해 여기 진심뿐인 내 세상을 나 포기 못해
Hello guys! I know that this video didn't have that much of talking and explaining what's going on, but I just decided to leave more of just videos, some scenery, some beautiful views of Seoul so you can enjoy. And actually I didn't have to tell much because it's just the beauty of the city, so yeah, not much to comment on there. But now I just decided to sit down for a second and maybe tell some of my insights and also some of the plans for the next months. So as for insights, I really want to tell that because I think a lot of things that I thought about myself before, they are not true anymore. For example, like that's nothing crazy, but still, for example, spicy food. As you might know, Korea is quite famous for having spicy food, for eating spicy kind of stuff all the time. And before, but by before I mean like 2 years ago, let's say, or even 3 years ago, I thought that I was such I don't know, spicy food fan. I loved it a lot. I thought that I can eat like really spicy food, but this year I understood that it's not about me. Like I really don't like spicy food, and it's not that I just don't like it. I can't eat it. For example, today I went out to eat and the spicy level showed just like one pepper, right? There were, I think, 5 peppers or something, like with different spicy levels, spice levels. But I just decided, okay, I don't want anything spicy, so I just took like this first level. And what do you think? I had like my first bite and that's it. After that, I just couldn't eat it. I just had to drink a lot of water. I don't know what happened with me like these few past years, but I really can't eat spicy food anymore, or at least I never maybe I never could actually eat it, but somehow I thought that I could. Anyways, I think that like eating that much of spicy food is just not worth our health, and I think in long term it can cause a lot of stomach problems, so I decided just not to eat like the whole dish because I didn't, first of all, yeah, I didn't like it because it was too spicy, but also I didn't want to cause like any problems for my stomach since it was also like the first meal of the day. So that's the first insight. The other insight, it seems like I can drink a lot of alcohol. Like before, I thought that I could really drink like a lot, but now I see that no. Maybe it's because of getting older. Maybe it's because of my age, but yeah, I just really can't. I can't. The other insight, which I kind of knew before anyways, I hate heat. Like I can't stand like when it's so hot outside, and here it is really hot. Like when I But when it was my first day here, I thought that because of humidity, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna die somewhere. I don't know. It was too much, like really too much. And for me, first 2 days I think were the most difficult ones because I had to adjust like to everything, to weather, to climate, to food, to taste like different flavors of food because I've never like moved to some other country before to live, especially this kind of far country from my country. So yeah, a lot of adjustment needed here. And the last insight so far, I think that I finally accepted that I am an introvert. I'm not an extrovert. Okay, I can be an extrovert when it's maybe a group of my friends or people that I know, but in general, I'm an introvert. I accepted it finally. So those were my, let's say, main insights from these past three first days in Korea. And as for the plans, the plan is that these, like today's, what day is it today? Okay, I remember. Today is actually 24th of August, which is also Independence Day of Ukraine. And today is also Sunday, which means that it's just like a day to rest, to do nothing. But for the next week, it's gonna be my last week of just summer break. I'm gonna try to explore Seoul more. I also need to go to a bank and to some other places to, start my life here, to create some foundation for my life in future. And I think starting from next weekend, it's gonna be the busiest time because next weekend I'm actually moving into my place where I'm gonna stay for a year, hopefully. And after that, I need to buy all the small stuff for the place, figure out how I'll organize my space. Yeah, this kind of like small stuff. Also, in a week, I'll have just a few days, I think just 2 days to take some rest, and then I'll have to already go to university, to like language center, and I'll need to get my textbook, my workbook, like everything that I need for studying. I think that we might also have this orientation day where they will tell us a bit about like studying, what is where, and I definitely want to explore my campus. Maybe I'll do it like in a week, we'll see. And yeah, from 4th of September my studies will start, so I'll try to make this vlog up until like either moving in or till studies start, but I'll see. Anyways, I hope that you'll enjoy it anyways. And yeah, later you can see even more beautiful Seoul videos. Hello everyone. Haven't said anything in a while, but yeah, I think it's been a whole week in Korea, and what I can say is that I still didn't get used to like new time zone. I still have a jet lag, but it's getting better. It's definitely getting better because I don't have any choice. I really need to wake up early to go to my classes. Today we've been to Gyeongbokgung Palace, and apparently there are a few more palaces, actually five of them, the most famous ones that you should visit, and I hope to visit them soon. But yeah, this area with palaces is more traditional. There are a lot of beautiful, cute buildings, and one of the most popular destinations for tourists, Hanok Village. But just keep in mind that since recently, I guess since March, if I'm not mistaken, they kind of closed the street starting from 5 p.m. So you can go there only from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So just keep it in mind because at any other hour of the day you will not be able to go there. And there are a lot of signs that warn you to keep quiet because it is a residential area, and I guess people just complained about a lot of tourists being there. But yeah, here you can see a beautiful view and both city, tall buildings, but also some mountains. I guess these are not as tall as other ones, but to me they're already tall because back in Ukraine we just don't have any mountains in the cities, and even close to the cities. Like our cities are just totally different. So this hill is going up and down, some mountains here. It's so foreign to me, but it looks just amazing.
By the way, even after 5 p.m., you can still come to the other end of the blocked road by coming up the other side of the mountain. Not a mountain, more like a hill. It's just that you have to walk a bit, and you can't really take photos in the tourist area because you'll meet security officers who tell you to not take photos. But you can come to this cafe, and there's a really good view. Have some drinks.
Also, one more tip about Gyeongbokgung would be that you shouldn't stay for too long in the first part of the whole palace. Okay, you should really go further because in the back part of the palace there are some gardens. There are more of these traditional houses where you can take even more beautiful photos. But also the first part. There's just too much concrete which reflects the heat, and it's much hotter there. So just go further to the gardens because it's much less hot there.
Okay, so we're zooming into this building. In English, I think we call structures like this pagodas. But underneath this structure, there's a museum. It's called National Folk Museum, and there's beautiful exhibits going on there. You can learn about a lot of Korean traditions, and like there was exhibits about weddings, exhibits about how people survive the seasons, stuff like that. So definitely check it out.
I just got to know one saying in Korean because like dragonfly was just flying nearby, and people in Korea say that when dragonflies start to fly, it means that fall will soon start. Can't complain about that since it's really hot now, and I'd love to experience some fall weather.
Stuck in the summer air, getting lost in the day, feels like an escape. Whisper me sweet nothings, all the words that you say keeps me wanting to stay. Listen, I feel so cold when you're not next to me. Summer moves so slow and we're
One last thing about Korea which I noticed and which I really like is this some kind of discount system or just discounts that they have at convenience stores, because you often can see 2+1 discount on some products, but there is also 1+1 discount, and actually there are a lot of products that go with this discount. So I mean, that's great because you can really save some money and you can buy like one item but get another item kind of for free. I don't know where's the catch and how it exactly works, but so far I like it. The problem is that some viral products or really popular products, they don't, I guess they never go with this discount, but just for some other products it can work.